You're listening to Joy Coaching America with the Joy Coach, Karyn Lynn Grant, spreading upbeat, uplifting, informative messages of hope and happiness from sea to shining sea, from our home in the beautiful Rocky Mountains.
Welcome to Joy Coaching America. This is Karyn Lynn Grant, and today we are so excited to have as our special guest a beautiful woman who believes in helping all women to find their beauty, to discover the beauty within, and to let that beauty shine outside of ourselves, of our bodies, not only to make ourselves physically as attractive and as beautiful as we can be, but this woman radiates joy and happiness and positivity. And I'm so happy to introduce you, Kym Kirk. Thank you so much for joining me today on Joy Coaching America. I'm excited to interview you, hear your story, and edify women. This is going to be a beautiful show. Thank you, Kym.
Thank you, Karyn. Oh, I think you're a gorgeous woman and always full of joy and liberty and love. So thank you for that. And I'm so thrilled and honored to be here today because I love what I do and I love my career and I love my life. It's ended up being a dream life. So it's fun to share that. And I am a senior sales director with Mary Kay Cosmetics. And when I was a little girl, I loved makeup. And I always would ask my mom, can I please wear makeup? Can I please wear nylons? Can we do our hair? And so I would twist up my sister's hair in a French twist, and she would do my hair. And we just loved being the cutest girls on the block because we grew up on a potato farm of 25 acres.
25 acres.
And my mom was determined we were not going to be country bumpkins. And we loved our childhood. My dad was a potato farmer, like I said, and grain. And he had many acres outside of where we lived, but we lived on that. We could just roam and enjoy our childhood. It was so much fun. And so when we wanted to look pretty, my mom would make sure we had nice clothes and things. But we also learned how to work hard because my dad would be up at sunup, watering the crops, and sundown is sheep were lambing or whatever, And so that kind of entrepreneurship, we would say then, I didn't realize what it was, but now I realized why I love being my own boss or being an entrepreneur, because my father was. And I guess my mom was too, as a homemaker. And so that just geared me ready. So when I heard about Mary Kay, the company, it fit with me so well. And I was teaching piano lessons. This is 32 years ago. And I taught piano lessons for many years. And I had a turning point in my life where I thought, I'm going to leave my marriage. It was an abusive marriage. I had 3 little kids. They were 4, 8, and 10. And I had thought about that decision for several years. And it was hard, very hard time in our life. If any of us ever gone through that, right, Karyn? That it's hard because you never want to be a single parent, or you never want to have your children have that kind of separation. So it was a difficult decision. And about that same time, a beautiful woman named Mary Lou Millette and my sister said, come to a skincare party. And I said, oh, okay. I'd been to a couple before and they were nice. And I never purchased anything or stayed long to hear more about it. Then this class that I went to was so much fun. Mary Lou Millette was beautiful. She made sure we had Perrier water, whatever we wanted to drink. And that's when I purchased my first skincare set with Mary Kay. Loved the product. She invited me to a few events and I said, oh, I don't know why I would go to that. And then I did. They were doing makeovers on stage. And of course I wanted to see makeovers on stage. And so I went. And when I saw what the women were doing and they were speaking and they had so much confidence and faith in their future and they were beautiful, kind women, I thought, oh my goodness, I want to be a part of this company. And especially when they said, Mary Kay's philosophy is putting God first, family second, career third. And I thought that fits for me, right? And so my sister and I decided to order our starter kits then. And my sister didn't do anything with it, but I did, because I felt that was an extra way to make money, not knowing all the rest would happen throughout the years.
So that was 32 years ago.
Uh-huh.
So you've been doing Mary Kay for 32 years, and that's been your primary source of added extra income, Kym?
Yes. And so what happened, I said, I will give Mary Kay 1 year. I don't know what's going to happen. I've never sold anything before because I did not have a good attitude about selling. I thought, oh no, my mom would make us hide from the Fuller Brush man. It was like, no, they come to your door. And so I thought I'll give it a year. And with that year, I had so much fun, made so much more money than I thought, and had many more friends. Became a sales director and earned my first Mary Kay car. And
that's wonderful. How long did it take you to earn your car?
4 months.
That was quick.
Once I made a decision. And from then, I have earned 18 Mary Kay cars. Some pink Cadillac, some black, some platinum, depending on where I'm landing, right? And working at, fitting in with family. So that's how I started Mary Kay, and I just totally love what I do. And our real philosophy in Mary Kay is enriching women's lives everywhere. Enriching women's lives everywhere. I love to feel like I'm a positive force in people's lives, to help women get what they want, to help them enjoy their lives, to help them with skills and abilities they never thought they had before.
It's such a well-rounded thing. I mean, it's so wonderful because it's bringing people's beauty from the inside out and helping them to shine and helping them to want each other to be beautiful. And that's something that eliminates the spirit of competition between women, is women helping women to find their beauty, to discover that, to enhance that, and to celebrate that with each other.
Oh, absolutely. You are right. And we can be competitive in the fact it's a friendly competition. We want to do our best. We don't want anyone else to do less. We just want to do our best. And it's we have so much fun. My best friends, we compete together, and we are excited to lift each other up and do our very best, for sure. And it helps everyone.
So since those 32 years have passed, how many lives? Okay, we know it's exponential. We know when you touch one woman's life, when you help one woman to find her beauty and to discover her grace, it affects the whole family. It affects her friendships. So, but how many women have you personally touched and helped to make them beautiful?
Oh my goodness, what a fun question. I'm sure thousands, because I have a team. I have a team myself and consultants that I help train and coach. And then I'm still growing that. And Karyn, you are such a beautiful part of that. I'm so proud and honored to be a part with you. And then I have teams, 2 or 3 teams with us as well. And so I might be their grandma director or their great grandma director, so to speak. Not in age, of course. We have no limits. And so it's just I would maybe hundreds. I'm not sure. I wish I knew that.
Well,
and every Tuesday.
It was a hard question, but I would like to know as well. What is you mentioned age group? What is the age group of those women who choose to do this as a income earning business?
Oh, great question. 18 years old. Women can sign up with Mary Kay at 18 years old. Sometimes mothers and daughters, daughters and grandmothers, do that together, and on up to 100, whatever.
What is the oldest? I know that I'm 62. I've loved Mary Kay makeup since I was a little girl. My sister introduced it to me, and I'm very curious about Mary Kay's story. I know that she has an incredible story, and I would love for you to share a little bit about that too. She had a vision, and I think it's important that we all understand that women who are making money maybe weren't motivated by money alone. That money is something, it's a necessity, it's something we all need. And for those women out there who are doing something that they're not really happy doing, that they're working an 8 to 5 job and it's not doing something that they love, it's not making them feel like they're accomplishing their dreams. You said that you're living a dream life. And I think that that's so exciting to send that message to women that you can have a dream, you can live your dream, you can have many dreams, and you can live those dreams and perpetuate other women to find and discover and live their dreams as well. So when we come back, Kym, from this station break, I would love to have you share your knowledge and what you've learned about Mary Kay, the woman behind the scenes, who had a vision for herself, who absolutely was beautiful all the days of her life, and how she wanted to bless women and spring forth beauty. So we're going to take a little break here, and then we'll be right back with more from Kym Kirk, a woman who specializes and has specialized for 32 years in helping women to feel beautiful around the world. Thank you, Kym, for joining me today. This is Karyn Lynn Grant, Joy Coaching America. We'll be right back.
From sea to shining sea and beyond, you're listening to Joy Coaching America worldwide with show host and Joy Coach, Karyn Lynn Grant.
We're back, Joy Coaching America. And women out there who are listening, and husbands, men who are out there listening, we have a special show today. We're talking to Kym Kirk, who has been running her own entrepreneurial business, and she chose Mary Kay as her platform. This is a wonderful platform because it not only helps women to feel beautiful, but there are products for men as well. And I think that it's important that we all are able to take a moment to think about, am I living my dream? Am I doing something that helps other people to be their best, to feel their best, to look their best? And in what way can I tweak my life so that I can enhance everyone to feel more beautiful, to feel more at home on planet Earth? So, Kym, I would love for you to jump in here with me and share a little bit about Mary Kay's story and how that fit your vision of what your happily ever after would look like.
Thank you so much. I just love sharing about Mary Kay, the woman herself. She was the founder of the company in 1963 when she was overlooked for a promotion in a job in a company that she had started. And they hired the man because then he had a family. And Mary Kay was a single woman and had 3 children. Her husband was alcoholic from the war. And so she was so discouraged about that she left the company, and she came home and started writing a plan that she would love to have if she owned another company. Like, she wanted something where there were no territories, a product that women would use daily, and maybe free cars. And I don't think that was even the plan at the beginning. She wanted God first, family second, career third in her life. She wanted flexibility where women could be their own bosses or being entrepreneurs. And when she had written that plan down, she was thrilled to say, I have written a plan. Now, what am I going to use for a product? So she had heard that there was a man in Houston where she started her company, and he was a hide tanner. And he had invented this product that made animal hides really soft. And then he said, if I use this product on skin that had living cells, I wonder what would happen for people's skin. So he started using that product. His family started using that product, and they looked so much younger when he passed away. He looks so much younger than most people or most men that Mary Kay bought that product. And she formulated with doctors and dermatologists to create 5 products: a cleanser, a mask, a freshener, and moisturizer. And they would pass the jars around the table back in 1963, pass the jars around the table and all dip into the jars. And so that's how it started. And she also had a wig company with it. And when they were in Houston, they had this little storefront, and she'd kind of pull people in, come try my product, come try my wigs and things like that. And her son would run to the warehouse, bring the products back and act like he was all fresh and everything, but he was sweaty, through Dallas and Houston area. And that's sort of how they started with her 3 children. And it just became more successful and more successful. And so she had to have bigger offices and bigger warehouses and develop more products, of course, to the product we have. And it's just evolved. It's beautiful products that are dermatology safe and age fighting, and the ingredients are amazing. And she has incredible doctors that works with our products. So it's just evolved to an amazing company. But the thing about Mary Kay Ash, I'm probably one of the few now that have met her that are in the company, because I've been in 32 years. The company is almost 60 years old next year. So that says a lot about a company that can stay in that long.
That's true.
Say, well, maybe it's an old lady company. Oh, no, because the products are being researched for these many years. We definitely have a handle on what ingredients work for women and people and men as well, as you said. And there's men in the company very much that are very successful national sales directors in the company. So I feel like that it has really sustained itself through Mary Kay's God First, Family Second, Career Third, enriching women's lives forever and families' lives. Because when you train a woman, you train a family, right? And that woman, like you say, Karyn, the joy that a woman has really creates what the family has. And then, of course, the golden rule. Big on the golden rule.
I love several points about what you've shared. I love for women who are listening out there, and for men, the man that originated the tanning product, the tanning the hide product. Originally, he created this for himself and his family, because he realized it was working for the use that he had originated it for. Right. And then, so it started from small beginnings and then worked its way out to this woman who was single. And those of us who have been single women who have wanted to do something entrepreneurial, who became dissatisfied, maybe in the workforce, that we didn't feel the kudos that we needed to feel, working for somebody else in their dream, and then wanting to create a dream for ourselves, and then having somebody already laid that groundwork so that you can take off with a product that has been well researched. 60 years, it's lasted a long time. And I think the first time that I joined Mary Kay, I've never done it as a business, but I've always loved it. And I've always come back to those products. I have always felt that they are super moisturizing. My skin does feel different. I mean, it just feels like a little velvet rose when I touch my cheek after using my product. And I just feel like anybody out there who is needing a boost to go and do what you love, to go and live your dream, to go and live your passion, I think Mary Kay's story is super motivational for everybody to take off and to define your dream, to write it down, and then to find the product that you want to represent. And I think she did a wonderful job. Now, how old would Mary Kay be today? Have you ever stopped to?
Oh gosh, she was 85 when she passed away in 2001. And
so that's about 21 years.
She was, and interesting enough, she was, I think, in her 50s. But I read her story, 50 years. I've read her story many times, but I think she was 50 years old when she started Mary Kay, because she had started other companies before.
Now that is really motivating too.
I know. And when I met her, Mary Kay is a woman that cares deeply about people. When I met her several times, the first time I met her, I was so honored to meet her. And there were 300 women that became a director at that moment. So she came to meet us and introduce us. And when I met her, one by one, she stood there and talked to each one of us personally, looked me in the eye like no one else was around. And she said, "How are you?" And I said, "I'm fine." And she says, "No, you're great." And she says, "You're going to earn that pink Cadillac, right?" And I said, I'm a new director, right? I said, "I think so." And she said, "No, you are." She looked me in the eye, and I love that. I would want to leave there. Yes, I'm doing that. Yes, I'm doing what you say. Yes, Mary Kay. I wanted to do what she wanted. And she was and she'd take our cheek and she said, "We're her daughters." She just cared about people deeply. And it makes me even emotional in the fact that how she treated us and how we are to treat people with the golden rule. So if anyone is listening on your radio station, they have consultants near them. They might have their own consultant, and stay with your consultant. Be loyal to her, care about her. And so I'm not here to say, "Oh, go call me," because I love my customers. I love my team members. But Mary Kay taught us the golden rule. If you're helping someone be successful and you do it well, it always comes back to you in so many ways. And the friendships that you build by helping build other people and helping them feel better about themselves. That's what Mary Kay taught us, to pass it on that way, to pass it on to help women feel, like you say, beautiful inside and out, and give them skills and abilities. She taught us so much about life and about the world. And she gave her life savings to this company. She had $5,000. And actually her son gave her $5,000.
That's
To start
amazing.
the company. And his life savings. It was his life savings. He was 18 years old.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
I know.
He was an industrious boy at 18 years old to have a life savings of $5,000. $5,000. I am so grateful that you're sharing this and the message from Mary Kay. And we will be right back after these messages.
Welcome to the Loving Liberty Radio Network.
Welcome back to Joy Coaching America, raising the world's vibration to love, joy, and peace, one happy listener at a time.
We're back, and now we're discussing with Kym Kirk, who is a 32, almost a life leader in Mary Kay, who has been blessing women who want to be entrepreneurs, who want to feel beautiful from the inside out, who have discovered their joy in helping other women and men to feel their very best. And I love this. And I love that we ended that last segment, Kym, on the subject of living the golden rule and how important it is that Mary Kay wanted to put God, family, and all of that first, and then teach the women that she mentored to live the golden rule. And, there might be somebody out there who doesn't know the golden rule. So will you share with us what the golden rule is?
Mary Kay wanted us specifically and taught us to live the golden rule, which is do unto others as you would do unto them. And so when we make steps in our business, we want to make those decisions according how we would feel if someone did that to us. So we try very hard to do that and give prompt service, give friendship, help others with their skincare and their colors, and be a friend, and make sure they have the products that work for them, that they don't need more than they need, right? But get all that they want. of products and to be full body service for them as products for them. So the golden rule is very important in business because you can see some, I suppose, out there in the world. I haven't been out there in the world of corporate or anything, but sometimes they say that someone wants to get to the top, so they'll make someone look less. And that is not what we want. We want everyone to be successful and happy in their Mary Kay business. And whatever team you're in with Mary Kay or anything, that we are helping our customers and our team members to be happy and successful, and to help them all that we can, and help them to be responsible too in their businesses as they learn more about the business that they're leading. Okay. So I think that's really important, the golden rule for sure, especially in business. And our families, of course, it goes with our families, right?
Well,
Obviously, it helps us become better.
It's teaching character development. It's really helping people to not just have their eye on the dollar and on the ladder of success. But I think that, as Wayne Dyer said, do what you love and the money will follow. If we are more concentrating on how we can make somebody else happy, how we can lift and boost and benefit and bless others' lives, it's going to have its exponential effect back into our own life. And I think people can tell when somebody just wants to make a dollar, or when somebody really has their best interest at heart and saying, maybe that's too big of an order. Maybe let's just start out with what you need and then you can build on that. But making sure that we are taking care of their financial needs as well, right? Not just selling everything that we can possibly get them to purchase, but to really look out for all of their needs and the right timing for them to expend money. Right. So I love that. I love looking out for others. And I think that whoever's listening, whatever business you're doing, it's nice to be reminded of that beautiful golden rule, to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Now, we know that there's a charitable organization that Mary Kay started, and I would love for you to share what is going on with that and how is that doing today?
Oh, it's a wonderful program, an umbrella of Mary Kay. And when we talk about giving back, this is how we give back with the golden rule. A foundation that was started by Mary Kay's, I believe, her son, because her son became owner of Mary Kay, now her grandson and granddaughter. And her granddaughter now is president of the foundation. And she's just darling and just so cares about the company to keep her grandmother's legacy alive, as well as Mary Kay's grandson is a president, and her son is still higher, the most percentage of owner, right? And so it's wonderful. It's a family business. So when they came up with a charitable organization, it was because Mary Kay's daughter passed away. She had 3 sons and a daughter. Her daughter passed away of cancer. And so she started the foundation to do research that we can donate money for cancer research. Oh. And so we've donated millions of dollars collectively as a company and consultants and directors to help that research fund and help many women fight cancer, maybe those who couldn't afford to pay for their cancer treatments. So we have definitely donated millions to the Cancer Research Fund. And then also the other part of that, which I love too, and we all have known people with cancer, right? And it's such a devastating disease, and they're having such good research and development in fighting cancer now, for sure, immunotherapy and things. And also part of the foundation is building crisis centers for women and children. So when we wash our faces with Mary Kay and we donate, we are building crisis centers that we are helping mothers and children having a place to go that night that don't have a place to go from domestic violence. So we build these crisis centers to protect women and children all over the world, because we are in 43 countries. And this is a very big part of what we do. So we donate proceeds, we donate parts of our sales to this organization that we trust is going into that place.
So do you, as a representative, do you get to choose, like, does it go to the crisis center or to cancer treatment, or does it, a portion of the proceeds of all the products go?
All the products go to that organization, and then the company uses it where they need to. We just built one in Logan, Utah.
So there's a crisis center in Logan, Utah?
Yes, yes.
Is there others in Utah?
Well, this is one of my steps, and Karyn, we might be a part of this collectively, building a crisis center here in our Utah County, right? So I'm going to be working on that.
Well, that is exciting. I know that there was a time in my life when I had to go to one of those, and I didn't spend the night, but I did have to go there for a couple of hours with my children. And I will tell you that it was so, not to Mary Kay one, this was like 20 years ago,
right.
But how important it is to know that this organization that blesses women on the outside is blessing them on the inside too.
Right, right. And one of the women came to our skincare classes who had been in the crisis center, and she told us, well, and this was not a Mary Kay crisis center at the time, but she said how she had never been more down in her life, had a 5-year-old son, and just devastated by the situation that she was in by an abusive husband, and needed protection and safety, but she wanted to feel better about herself. They opened the drawers that women had donated makeup from Mary Kay into this crisis center. She put the makeup on, and she just felt so much better because she looked better, and she felt better about herself in the situation that she never dreamed she'd find herself in, and was able to pull herself out of that. But that moment, she needed to look good. She needed to look pretty again.
That's so true. I know that one of the things that comes with any kind of abuse is that you can feel like, if I was beautiful, would he do that? Would he treat me that way? If I was prettier or more beautiful? And we want women to know that that has nothing to do with them as a person or with their beauty. And we want to enhance that. We want to make sure that women are feeling their value from within, and how important it is to make sure that a woman feels just as beautiful as she can be on the outside as well. That's so important. I love the concepts of everything that you're doing to bring a crisis center here to Utah County, and your very entrepreneurial heart that has combined it all under one beautiful pink umbrella to bless people emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, and in every way possible. Kym will be right back after these messages. This is Karyn Lynn Grant, Joy Coaching America, with Kym Kirk.
Welcome back to Joy Coaching America, raising the world's vibration to love, joy, and peace, one happy listener at a time.
We're back, Joy Coaching America. This is Karyn Lynn Grant with Kym Kirk, and we're discussing the foundation that Mary Kay left, the legacy she left, and the message that she mentored the women who come into that organization, who want to discover their dream, who want to help others to find the beauty within, to help them to radiate that outwards. And Kym, we all love stories. We all love to hear the stories the makeover stories, the stories where somebody made over their life. And I would love it if you would share with us, if you have any stories in your up on the top of your head right now, a story maybe of feeling ragged, a woman who maybe felt ragged and then went to feeling rich, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and physically, with the help of Mary Kay.
Mhm. Oh, there's so many stories, so many success stories in Mary Kay. And we talked about Mary Kay's success story. And I have to tell one more thing about Mary Kay. When she remarried, had a wonderful husband, and he passed away 2 weeks before she opened the doors of Mary Kay.
Oh.
And he was he was a support to her as well. And he would give her a gift every Thursday because that was their first date on a Thursday. So every Thursday he'd bring her a gift, whether it was a candy bar, a bouquet of flowers. One time he bought her a diamond bee. And he says, why a diamond bee? Why a diamond bee? Is a beautiful brooch, I guess. And he said, as she studied about the bee, okay, that's a theme of Mary Kay, because bumblebees should not be able to fly because their wings are too small. But she created the story about the bee because people can become much greater than they think they can when they flap their wings and work harder than they think they can, do more than they think they can, and they can fill a life of dreams. So bees should not be able to fly, but they do anyway. Just like we can as people, we may not feel confident yet. We may not have the skill yet, but when we learn those things, we can become a bumblebee and produce, more, collect the pollen, do that. And so I guess that's a honeybee, but anyway, so the bumblebee is significant in Mary Kay. So we earn diamond bees. I've earned several diamond bees, and there's 24 diamonds in each diamond bee of women that you've helped be successful that year. So every year we can do that. And so we want to help women and people be successful and happy. And that's what the bumblebee story is about, is that becoming better than we thought we could because we make the effort, just like the bee does. So that gift that Mel, her husband, gave her every week turned into a significant theme of Mary Kay. So her story was amazing. And my little story, I think, is amazing, coming from abusive marriage, being single 10 years, raising my children, doing Mary Kay only, buying my beautiful home in Orem, and having a safe place for my children. Security was huge for me, creating security for my family. And I know sometimes men don't want to be like that. And so maybe we teach them to be better too, right? If they were abusing someone, right? So we don't want our children to live with that, and to help their fathers become better too, right? Because they don't want to be like that. And our children don't want to have parents like that. So we want to create a world of safety and happiness and security. So Mary Kay allowed me to do that for my children so they could have opportunities. It wasn't just stuff. It was opportunities to be on sports teams, to be musically talented, to have those experiences, to grow on and be happy and successful adults, no matter what happened in their childhood. My children weren't abused, but I just wanted to create that lifestyle. And then 10 years later, at 38 years old, well, I started Mary Kay at 38. At 48 is when I met my handsome Rob, and we were married. And he's been an amazing, wonderful spouse for me and our 7 children together. So Mary Kay's been a part of that through all of that. And now with grandchildren, I'm saying, but I'm flexible. I love my business. And people say, are you going to retire? I said, no, I love what I do. I love what I'm creating. Why would I let that go with all the beautiful people?
Well, because you can just keep right on doing that. There's no retirement there. No reason to stop doing what you're so.
I know. So I had to bring that segment in of that. And so my story was in a Mary Kay book, of rags to riches, so to speak. I was never, because I didn't have an income. I had my piano teaching, but it wasn't very much. And I wanted to be independent. I have wonderful parents who could probably support me, but I didn't want to go home and do that. I wanted to become an entrepreneur. I wanted to be independent and provide for my children. So it was very a wonderful story of being able to do that because of my company and career, and many other stories that I have. I have a good friend in Mary Kay, and she was a rags to riches story when the consultant, Mary Kay consultant, knocked on her door to try the products, and her teeth were falling out. She was in a trailer that had wind going through her trailer, that she lived in. And that friend become a beautiful woman in Mary Kay, very successful in Mary Kay, because she
was
had
she at that
opportunity.
time? How old was she when she was
Oh,
discovered?
goodness, I don't know. Probably in her 30s, I suppose.
Oh, and she was
30s, 40s. Yes, and so
her
dear
life.
friend, yes, back in Iowa. Oh my goodness. So she was a wonderful story. Went on Mary Kay trips and done it all. It was fabulous. Another one of my friend's stories, she was a speech pathologist, and she was my mentor in Mary Kay and in Iowa, and a model, successful. But she didn't want to do the speech pathology anymore. When she heard about Mary Kay, she loved what it offered. She left speech pathology, teaching that, and replaced her income in 6 months, and was able to leave and do what she loved, and had her 3 children, right? And so she went forward and became very successful. And then her mentor they had met going through a snowstorm, meeting for a facial of all things, because it's interesting. I think it's okay to say her name, Mona, was at a wedding, and she saw this woman across the way, and she said, "Oh, her skin looks so beautiful." She said, "I want to look like that." And Mary Kay's, Mona was the model herself. "I want to look like that." And so she went and got the number. She said, "What skincare do you use?" And she's, "Oh, it's Mary Kay. And here's the number of my consultant. I'll give it to you." So she did. And Mona called her. They met in a snowstorm in South Dakota or North Dakota. And Mona was the only one that showed up, and she loved the skincare. And from that, she started Mary Kay herself. And she's my mentor and my $1 million friend.
Oh,
And yes, and Shirley Hutton was hers. And Shirley Hutton was in Minnesota. So this is my generation, that she was in Minnesota, a talk show host herself and a model. And she loved the product. A woman showed her the products. And a year later, she called her consultant and said, "Do you think that Mary Kay would pay me to share this product?" And so Shirley Hutton became a consultant. And in 6 years, she was the top of the company. And she was 40 when she started the company. And so she gave back so much. Another one of my friends, her husband made plenty of money, 6-figure digit, and was great, but she was bored at home. She had 2 little children. They started school. She wanted to do something more, started her business right here in Utah, and was the 2nd national sales director in Mary Kay, and has made an amazing difference in Mary Kay. And her mentor was a single mom and also started Mary Kay and bought a beautiful home. And they were at a Barbra Streisand concert as friends. And she said, "What are you doing?" "I'm doing Mary Kay." She said, "Why would you do that?" And the friend that hasn't made a lot of money said, "Wow, I might be interested because it sounds fun. Just fun. I just want to do it for the friends and the girlfriends." So she went from there, or tried to prove her mentor wrong, that it didn't work. And she became very successful and one of the top people in Utah, as well as her mentor in Utah. So my people came from Minnesota and Iowa, and we started it here in Utah. So it's very generational. And these stories are just so fun. And my team, my consultants that I brought in the company, one girl just wanted to own 5 acres of land to build a home, and in Genola. And when she started the company, that was her goal. You should see the home that they built on the 5 acres in Genola.
that is so
I know.
wonderful. I am sitting here smiling. It makes me so happy to hear about people accomplishing their dreams, and whether they started for fun and for friendship, or whether because they had a financial need, that you can come into this from whichever way works for you. If you just want to feel beautiful, you can start this. You just want to help other people feel beautiful. I love hearing these stories. They're so fun. It's so motivational for us all to hear stories of successful women who just wanted to do something more and
Yes,
to
that's exactly.
that
Do
blessed
something
others
more.
and the friendships. We're all needing connection. For anybody out there who's listening, if you have felt emotionally or socially disconnected during this COVID experience, rather than focusing on the sad things, the bad things that are happening in the world today, there are so many people that are doing positive, beautiful, uplifting, nurturing things to make this world a better place. And Kym, I am so thankful and grateful for this message today that you've brought. It is truly a message of hope. It is truly Joy Coaching America, and doing it in a way that is making America beautiful by making women in America beautiful. So I'm so grateful that you were here with me today. And
Thank
if
you.
you have like a little message that you would like to just leave,
Okay.
we've got.
This is wonderful. So think about this, because COVID was a very difficult time, but what it created us to be able to connect across the world with our Zooms and all that, that's created. But we had face-to-face first. Now we can do that groups. I have my daughter, my daughter-in-law, my mom was in Mary Kay. She just passed away. Always wanted my pink Cadillacs. So it's generational. Our daughters, our granddaughters, our mothers, everyone can be a part of what we're doing, and friends. And so I hope we just connect with each other, love each other, give that joy to each other like you're doing, Karyn. Thank you so much. It is such a joy to be able to share success stories and to enjoy those friendships. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Kym. This is Karyn Lynn Grant, Joy Coaching America.